going? YouTube?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
You can just
YouTube.
put on YouTube.
And then, can I cuss?
Of course, hell yeah.
Oh, I can cuss?
Nigga, shit, bitch.
Okay. Fuck, nigga. All right, shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a good time, bro.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, so what's up, y'all? This is my nigga JJ, and we work together at a bar, and initially when I came in to work, because he worked there longer than I did, or longer than I do. What is?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Just go with it.
And these white folks were trying to turn us against each other immediately.
Immediately.
It was like, he is better than you. And then I came in like, what a second. I didn't even know I was supposed to have some kind of fucking nemesis.
Exactly. Divide and conquer. It's in the bloodstream. I'm telling you.
Genetically predisposed
Oh my God.
to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And just over time, man, me and JJ just fucking had such a fucking great time together. We fucking laugh our asses off like no other. And I know close to nothing about this nigga. And what I do know is he's a creative. This motherfucker's hilarious. You know, we were talking about a little bit about meditation beforehand and talking about the universe. And I'm like, bro, I really feel like he and I have maybe so much potential as creatives for the motherfucking future. And I'm like, hey, you know, let's just fucking document the first conversation, like actual conversation we have, and just see what the fuck unravels from it. We're at a library. We got like an hour and 50 minutes.
Ain't no way this is going that long. I got 12 minutes of stuff. How's your day? Let's start there. All right, shoot, man. Shoot.
Okay.
Nah. Oh, man. I wanted to ask you right off the bat, where does Marcius come from? Jupiter.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like that's a cold ass name. It look good on the book. Like,
Yeah, 100%. So do you know who Alonzo Bowden is?
No.
So Alonzo Bowden's a comedian, and he's a black dude. And I had got connected with a mentor of mine to go, like there's these guys I know who are in Hollywood who've been putting on comedy shows for like 25 years, put like Dane Cook on stage, and
wow.
like, well, Dane Cook was like during like his reign, right?
His
And it was, like,
rise, yeah.
yeah, there's a legendary Hollywood comedy promoter named Jay Davis, and one of my mentors connected me with him because I was looking to get a job at the Comedy Store because of my book, The Real Nigga Bible. And I was like, okay, I messaged my mentor and I said, do you, like, I'm thinking about doing this, is going up to the Comedy Store and like seeing if I can just land a job. What do you think about that? He's like, hey, let me just connect you with this guy. So Jay hosts weekly shows in Hollywood, comedy shows, and one of them is at this fucking Japanese restaurant called Yamashiro, which is this fucking amazing Japanese restaurant that was in Kill Bill.
Oh.
And they fucking love the book, him and like the people that
Yeah.
run the show. And there's a comedian who's known amongst comedians, Alonzo Bowden. He was on stage, and they had the idea to give him a book while he's on stage and see what he says
Yeah.
and see what he does. So he's right about to get off stage, and someone just walks up and hands it to him, and he's looking at it and he's like,
Who handed it to him? Caucasian?
a Filipino dude.
Okay. He good.
Yeah, he the nigga
He
niggas
good.
of the Asian community.
He good.
He good. And he's a professional boxer. So I mean, yeah, that was a nigga to give him the
All
book.
right, you can do whatever the fuck you want, little Manny Pacquiao. All right, do whatever you want.
And Alonzo looks at it and he goes, okay, someone just handed me something that says The Real Nigga Bible on it. And he looked at the name, Greg Santos, and he's like, Greg Santos? He's like, that don't sound like no nigga name.
Okay, that makes more sense. Greg Santos, you right. Yeah, you gotta spice it up a little bit. Throw Jenkins in there, something. Johnson, Greg Johnson. Sound like a real nigga to me. I'm serious,
Oh
man.
my god! Oh my god! It sounds like a real nigga. Here, let's get this fan on. It's a little fucking.
okay.
I'm kind of roasting in here.
Nah, but I appreciate you saying that earlier because I thought we clicked immediately too. But I was just like, I'm a seemingly regular guy. And I'm just like, what does he see though? What does he see? So the fact that you saw it that way, yeah, that's how I felt about it.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, what I realize is that energy is so fucking important.
Yeah.
And a lot of like my closest relationships started off just very easy,
Yeah.
And I feel that when the energy is right, typically the values
Line up.
kind of line up.
Yeah.
You know
That
what I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
And I feel like there's people who, when there's like that disconnect immediately, I feel like
Half the people at our job.
yeah,
Like-
dude, 1000%.
Yeah.
Like if you spent enough time with them, you would understand why the energy doesn't line
Yeah, definitely. I also think there's like two different Americas. Like,
up. What you mean?
I mean, it's really just there's cultured America and non-cultured Americans, and I think we fall a little bit in the cultured side, you know. And
You don't say.
yeah, I would say.
Tell me more, my nigga.
Nah, it's just immediately I could tell. I was like, oh, he gets the jokes, what I'm talking about. I don't even have to say that much. And he understands it. Like, I was very reserved at that job until you came.
Really?
Yes. Like, yeah, I was not saying nothing to nobody. I was not really talking to nobody. And yeah, you came along and changed that. It's because you brought a little bit of that other America in there. You get what
Wow.
I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you're also, I ain't trying to slob on a knob or nothing, a social savant. I've never seen anything like it. You got old white people laughing. You got young white people laughing. You got Asians, Mexicans, blacks. I'm like, this guy is unbelievable. It's giving me a little bit of energy at the workplace for sure.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
wow. I appreciate you saying that because
Yeah.
I'm so used to myself
Yeah.
that I don't even see
You
it.
don't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got people walking in laughing. I'm like, that's already like a $10 tip just from you being the first person that they meet. Like, I'm
Wow.
like, yeah, it's special. It really is.
Dang,
Yeah.
I really appreciate that, and it was interesting on Sunday when those two girls was talking to me, and I was talking to I ain't no victim. I was talking to those two girls.
Yeah, you ain't no victim, nigga. You said, I got one lined up on Tuesday, I got one lined up on Wednesday, I got one lined up on 2 business days.
I was like, these bitches was talking to me.
Like, no, nigga, no, they wasn't. You said, let me use my little communication skills to get up in there.
That's so true.
Man.
That's so true. And one of them. Well, I thought one of them was feeling your boy.
Yeah.
Initially, she was, but then I think her friend may have told her
She-
that she was feeling me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I just noticed that she was really throwing it at me. And I was giddy as a motherfucker, and I was happy as shit walking through that restaurant.
Walking up to me for no reason.
Like, hey, nigga, the bag is secure, my nigga. And you was,
That's hilarious.
I wanted to dap. Didn't matter your hands were wet.
Yeah, that-
I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I need this.
Fuck what's on your hands.
And when I noticed that I felt like I was the person who's determined the entire vibe of the place.
Absolutely.
I felt like I was like, this vibe is up 100% because of me. That's
you
what
don't
it felt
gotta
like.
just feel that way. I mean, it's definitely because of you. It's definitely. I mean, it's just different when you walk in somewhere and the first person you meet is the most charismatic, heartwarming person that you've seen. Like, it just sets the whole vibe off on a different direction than probably what you even expected. Like,
That's very
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Dude, I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something, like, I could not be like that without you.
Come on.
I'm serious. I'm
No.
serious, bro.
First day you walked in that bitch, you said, "What's good? What's good?" I was like, "Oh no, this nigga's different." This Hulk Hogan in this mother. What's good? Can you smell what Jupiter's cooking? Like, no. I was like, "Oh shit, it's about to get lit in here." Yeah, no. Nah, definitely. Don't sit here and pretend it's any of that. It's because of me. You did not even know my name.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
That is so funny. That's good. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like, I feel like I turn into, I think it depends, like when my sister, my younger sister, she is my biggest hater. Biggest, bro. Like,
You gotta have that in your life. You gotta have that.
Yeah, no, it's
You
not.
gotta balance that shit out.
100%. Because, man, like, she chops, like, if I have any kind of motherfucking super nigga in me, like, she is chopping my legs off.
Hey.
And, like, having you, like, for real, like, I come alive on them Sunday brunches,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Because,
You too. I mean, I think we're just feeding each other. Like,
100%.
yeah, we're just. Yeah, you send me up. Out of you,
bro, so perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Nigga, you have the best one-liners, the motherfucking best. Like, I look
appreciate
forward,
that.
like, I always think about this before work. I'm always like, this nigga's gonna say some shit that I have no clue what he's gonna say right now, and I'm gonna laugh my fucking
See,
ass
I
off.
think the same way about the setup. I'm like, where could he take it today? Because it's
Really?
really up to him. Like,
Oh, wow.
how you decide to set it up. That's where we're going with
Dude,
it.
and you, it's like Kobe and Shaq, nigga. It's LeBron and, D Wade, nigga. I'm just throwing up the fucking alley-oop, nigga. You was like, "Mwah!" You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I am so fucking grateful
Oh,
for
yeah.
that. I
It's
am
fun.
so fucking grateful.
It's fun.
So, I'm curious, man, like, tell me about, like, your upbringing.
Oh my gosh. This is also the part of the reason I was like, why the hell does he want me here? I'm so boring.
Okay.
Like, it's so boring.
Really?
All the way. I had like a good all the way. I had a good childhood. My mama and daddy worked very hard. Went to good schools. Like, I mean, it was really like it was chill the whole way
Really?
through, honestly, until about college. And you was asking me earlier, like, why I left college. And it's just, I lost a pretty good friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, probably, like, I would see him as, like, my brother, for real. And, yeah, I lost him, and I was just like, man,
When you say lost, you mean they passed away?
yeah,
or
they
lo-
passed away.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, yeah, and I was just like, I don't give a fuck about English class, writing class. Like, I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like, so I just came back home, posted up for a bit. I was like, I ain't going back. I'll maybe go to some small school in the future if I gotta get them credits finished. But it's just like, nah, not right now. Let me go stack some money. Let me
Okay.
go just, see what it's all about.
So how long ago was that? Did you leave?
About a year and a half ago, 2
Okay.
years ago. Yeah. Yeah, and since then it's just been work. Yeah.
Okay.
And writing. Yeah, writing.
So tell me more about the writing. Like, how long have you known that you like writing, or did you
No, I've
ever become
always-
aware of it?
I've always liked writing. I remember it was always the class in school where teachers were like, hey, buddy, like, if you got serious at this, like, you could
Really?
be the real deal. Like, yeah. So just anytime a teacher puts a, battery in your back like that, you're like, oh, shit, I could kind of do this.
Yeah.
So I've always enjoyed writing. And, it was probably maybe like sophomore year of college. I was like, oh, I could actually really, like, I see what everybody else is capable of. I could probably hang with all these
How
guys.
did that come about? How did you realize that?
A teacher, honestly, a professor.
Wow.
He was like, yeah, like, you should be in my, advanced class, basically. He was like, yeah, you're like, these bozos, they ain't writing with you, blue, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, you can step it up. And I was like, all right, shoot. And one day we had like a, what are they called? It was like for communications, you could go up there and just do anything, but it had to be for like 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you could go up there and, rap, sing, whatever you wanted to
Really?
do, poetry.
A little talent show.
A little talent show, basically. And I basically got up there and did stand-up, like, on accident.
Oh, you know this person?
No.
Oh, she feeling you, nigga.
Oh, I can't hear you, shawty. Soundproof, baby girl.
Soundproof.
Yeah, and honestly, shit. She's talking to me like I can hear her.
Soundproof, baby girl.
Yeah, and I think that's where I really fell in love with stand-up I'd always loved stand up. Since like 8th grade, I was probably like, I could really do stand up.
Really?
Yeah, and yeah, that sophomore class, communications, I just murdered that fucking classroom. I'm gonna be honest, like I murdered it.
And how did it?
And
How did
that
you feel
drug after, I was riding high for like 4 days. I was slapping niggas on the back of the head. I'm fucking slapping girls' asses. Like I did not give a fuck after that. I was on opioids. Like it was, and I was like, I gotta get back to this. Like I gotta get back to that feeling. But yeah, that really sparked my love really for writing, like in a real way, honestly.
Damn, so you wrote the whole set?
I wrote like pinpoints that I wanted to hit during it. Yeah, like I was like, make sure you talk about, I don't know, walnuts, whatever it was. I don't even remember what it was, but yeah, just make sure you talk about these points and then just let it flow from there.
Damn,
Yeah,
bro, that's fucking dope as shit, man.
Where did you get your writing from? I mean, you just showed me a damn journal. It looks like a prisoner's journal. A madman's scribblings.
Madman's scribblings.
Y'all. That's crazy.
Yeah, this book is massive, bro.
Yeah.
This thing is big as shit. It's like 2 of my hands. You know, it depends on where my hand. It's like you can stack that shit up.
Yeah, you writing MLA format and that. That's crazy.
Bro, I love this journal so much, especially with my, my fountain pen. It gives me a different kind of
Gliding.
writing experience, dude. It's fucking awesome. So for me, you familiar with Tony Robbins?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to a Tony Robbins event when I was 19. I came across Tony Robbins when I was 19. I went through his Personal Power 2 tapes, which changed my life, completely changed my life. And then the next year I was at his event, Unleash the Power Within. It's like $700. Mm-hmm. But I had my brother-in-law who, he was a huge Tony Robbins fan, and he's gone a couple times. And he said, look, man, if you can just put down like $300, I'll pay for the rest of the ticket. So he did.
Okay.
And that event, was unbelievable. It was like Tony Robbins is a fucking master at his craft.
Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you something. This motherfucker will hit the stage at 11 a.m. and you check your watch, it'll be 7 p.m. and you'll be like, how the fuck did that happen? How
oh my God.
the fuck?
He can just go to
And then that first day you're in the room till like 1 a.m. and then you go walk on fire. It's crazy. It's like, yeah. Tell that to your black parents who came from the hood.
What sort of ritual y'all got going on?
Them niggas do not understand at all.
Yeah.
So on the last day of the event, I was on top of the world, and I came back home, and I remember I called one of my friends, and she's like this really talented singer, but she couldn't really match my energy. Of course, I was at a Tony Robbins event, and I was crying my ass off on the phone from joy and what the fuck, this is crazy, and I had so much energy, and she was like, I don't remember how the conversation went, but we ended up hanging up, and I was like, I need to get this out somehow, and I had a leather journal, and I was like, shit, I'm just gonna write in this. And that was the beginning, man. 2015.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. So that's the beginning of the journal.
Yes.
Where have you always been a writer?
So I was just journal throughout the years, right? I was just always writing. But then it was interesting, man, when my last business, when my business partner, who's born and raised in London, with certain things like sending out emails or texting certain successful people or individuals, that was always my duty. And she was always like, man, you're so good at this. But I never even thought about it.
It's ridiculous. That's your superpower.
Bro.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this until, me and my former business partner, we decided to consciously uncouple. And I was like, okay, I'm going to write a book because I feel like writing a book is going to help my career tremendously. So I started writing a self-help book and telling the story of me really doing the biggest thing I ever set myself to do, which is travel the world, have my own business, total freedom. And then I ended up working at the Mission Inn Hotel in Riverside, and I felt this calling to do another cycle of microdosing, psilocybin mushrooms, because I felt man, there's a block in me that
something to unlock.
Yeah, specifically around intimacy, because I just felt man, I feel like I'm so blocked here. So I was talking to one of the chefs, and he's like, the chef of our restaurant, and he's like, "Oh man, I got some mushrooms. Like, I got you." I'm like, "Oh, for real?" And he gifted me some of his stash. He's like, "Yeah, this is whatever." I'm like, "Let me pay you." He's like, "Nah, man, this is on me, man. Like, don't even worry about
That's
it."
an
Like,
angel right there.
1000%. So I started doing it, and I'll never forget, man. It made me extremely creative, right? Because I, as I mentioned to you, I've been to like 11 orgies, and I'm like, man, I can like write about this like on Reddit or something. I'm like, man, I can write
Just somewhere.
I need to get this out.
You a fan. You a fan. 11? What is that, like 140 titties and 60 dicks? 11? God damn. I haven't even seen that many people naked in my entire life. 11. I haven't even had sex with 11 people. That's crazy. You saying that out loud, so honest and proud. It's crazy. All right, carry on. God damn.
We'll come back to that. So that is so funny, bro. And one day I'm going to work, and Cam Patterson, right, from Kill Tony, this motherfucker, he's lighting the stage up. This motherfucker, as soon as he goes on stage, this nigga got the biggest smile on his face.
Yep.
Where the hood, that's playing in the background. Fuck, nigga, blah, blah, blah. Like, right?
Yeah.
And nigga,
I got a rock.
I love this nigga, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, like, I was feeling like, because I went into the restaurant industry because I wanted to fuck. I wanted to fuck as many women as I possibly can.
We gotta get this under control before you start making real money. Cause you're gonna be a fucking menace. Right? I'm telling y'all right now. Mama, dada, father, somebody. Check on him. Check on him, please. I'm telling you. Don't let this man get no money. Epstein angle, man.
Oh my god.
I'm serious.
So I was like, Cam Patterson gets bitches. Look how Cam conducts himself. So
Yes.
I was saying nigga in the kitchen. I was having the best time, and them motherfuckers was laughing.
Yeah.
They was laughing their asses off. All these Mexicans.
Is Real Nigga Bible written at this point?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So
Okay,
this is
okay.
this is what's lead me to that, right?
Okay,
So
okay.
these motherfuckers is cracking up, and I'm just creating jokes. You know how I am
Yeah.
on the spot. I'm just always thinking of shit, right? Like, what
Yeah.
can I say that's just makes me laugh?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was at work, and I had this idea. I said, it was this bartender, white chick, who was thick as shit, nigga, and I was like, man, she hot. And we always had like a little bit of banter between us. So I was like, yo, how many real niggas you know? I said, just one, right? we was cracking
Yeah.
up. And so I was like, man, like, these motherfuckers really love these real nigga jokes, bro. So on my way to work one day, I remember it was a Tuesday night, and it was raining because I worked at an outside restaurant, and I remember this very specifically, and I remember the thought came to my mind, the 10 commandments of how to be a real nigga. And I was like, bro, I fucking love that.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
It was like, okay, what are the principles? What are the commandments?
Uh-huh.
So I had like 7 going into work, and I pulled out, when you go to a Mexican restaurant, they usually have like chips and salsa, but like sometimes there'll be like that little super thin sheet of paper underneath the chips, like this
Yeah.
yellow paper.
Yeah.
So I folded it out a couple times, and I was like, I can't let this like leave
Gotta
me.
write it down.
But I didn't want I wrote it in the code, so if someone saw what I was writing, they had no clue what the fuck I was writing. It was like some Joker shit, like
Yeah.
like this nigga crazy.
I'm telling you, that's what that journal looked like. It's nothing new. We gotta watch this nigga. He's too talented. He can probably get away with whatever the fuck he wants to get away with.
I can get away with it.
Some real Joker shit.
And so I was writing, and there was this white girl who was spiritual, who I was trying to fuck, and I asked her, like, just about herself, like, what does she do for fun? And she's like, oh, I'm an author. I like to paint. And I said, she's an author, and I was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I said we should grab smoothies, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And I asked her to bring me a copy of the book, 'cause she actually offered. And I said, hell yeah. She comes back with this small book. And I was like, wait a second. Like, it didn't even occur to me that I could write a small book.
Yeah, I get you. Because your brain's just thinking novel. Yeah.
200, 300 pages, you know? And at this point, I was already writing the Bible, and I was like, because I was just going to make it like a 2-page PDF or something like that. And it was going to be hilarious. I was going to send it out.
It's genius, though. I mean, it's actually perfect how it is. I mean, it's like a quick, short read. You get all the juice right there. I mean, it's perfect. I wish I had 1,000 of those things just to hand out to people.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's perfect. It's
wow.
a easy icebreaker. It's funny. It's dumb. It's everything in between. It's freaking perfect. It's not too long. Like, yeah.
I appreciate that tremendously.
Yeah, I'll be showing that card off that you gave. Scan that. Scan that. Yeah.
Scan that. Yeah. For those who don't know, I got little real nigga Bible cards made. Oh, I don't have one in my book. I usually keep them as bookmarks, but I got so many of these, and I was originally just gonna pass these out to people. And we got a little QR code on the back. It's just I was just gonna just leave them at coffee shops and shit.
It's hilarious when we're at work and I just see a little white girl reading the book. Like, does she know how ridiculous she looks? Like, what is she doing?
Does she know how ridiculous she is? People walking in, this girl reading the real nigga Bible.
Yeah. You does make a good point here.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna publish this on Amazon, and Amazon was saying forever. It was saying forever, and I was just like, it was taking weeks, and I was just so tired of the project. I was about to trash it. I was really just about to be like, fuck this.
Dang, really?
Yeah. I was like, I'm tired of this.
Just because of Amazon?
Yeah, and like I also felt like I was kind of moving away from wanting to just have sex with women. Like, I wanted to kind of just move on from that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool. This is like a little screenshot of my life, but like I'm ready to move on from this. And
what happened? Because we back at square one, where you just trying to fuck these bitches. What happened? You lost yourself in the journey, man. Shit, I've come what I hated. I've become. Dang, bro.
I've become what I hated.
That's crazy.
You have the best fucking.
What happened, man?
We back at square one. What happened between then and
now? That's not me no more. 2 years later, it's you. It's you.
Oh my
These
God.
niggas all the same, man. They're all the same, bro.
You're killing me, bro.
Sorry, before you get back to what you said, did you see Kamala at her rally in
Atlanta?
Atlanta?
What happened? When did that happen?
She, I think yesterday,
No,
2 days ago.
What happened?
She had Quavo on the stage.
Really?
She had Meg Thee Stallion.
No way.
Like, bro, they brought out Hulk Hogan, and y'all brought out, like, what? I don't even understand what's the point of this. Like, is that all black people are? Like, we twerking in the name of keeping democracy together? What the fuck is that? We don't got one doctor, one scientist. Like, hey, this nigga went to space or something. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, this is all we got, man. Quavo. Kamala said, she deadass said, he can walk the walk, but he can't talk the talk. Or Quavo would say, he can't walk it like he talk it. Well, oh my God, bro. That shit set us back 40 years. Brother, oh my God. I was sweating reading, like watching that. Like, what are they doing, man? What are they doing? I mean, it kind of evens out because they had Hulk Hogan. But Jesus Christ. It's just the state of this country scares the fuck out of me.
Oh my God. Isn't that wild?
It's like wild to think about. I mean, Trump is literally like a TV show host.
Yeah.
Who, I can't even, a TV show host. He got Hulk Hogan endorsing him. Kamala pulling out Meg Thee Stallion. It's just crazy where we're at right now. I just want some regular dude to just be like, hey, I'm here. We chilling. The country's gonna run. Everybody go back to normally scheduled programming. That would be fantastic. We got a bunch of clowns.
Yeah.
Man.
Isn't that fucking nuts, bro?
It's crazy.
It's literally a popularity contest.
Yeah.
It's like high school, like who is the prom king or the prom king queen.
Mr. Beast might be next, man.
Hey, that's actually facts.
Actually, no, he just got caught up.
Oh,
yeah.
is that the pedophilia thing or
I
something?
think so. Shit.
Yeah, bro.
He got all of them, man.
That is crazy as fuck, bro.
Sorry, go back to what you were saying. You were done.
Where was I at? I was I was tired of I was really tired of the book, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. I was doing yoga. I was on a microdose, and I was like, I'm just gonna send it to one of my niggas, man.
Yeah.
And I sent it, and this motherfucker's energy through the text was unreal.
Bro.
I was like, wait, what? I was like, let me send this to a couple more of my niggas,
Yeah,
right?
let's
And
see
they
what
was
they're
just like,
talking about.
what is this?
Electrified. Electrified. Let's go sock some white bitches right now. Sorry, no domestic violence.
Oh my god. And I was like, wait a minute. Maybe I should I went back to work and I was talking to that white chick who gave me the book, and I said, where do you publish your book? She said, Barnes and Noble. I was like, Barnes and Noble? So I gave it a shot, and they were like,
How'd that work? You just walk up in there, put this on the shelf.
put this on. Can you imagine that's how, and then I got to negotiate with the manager.
It's like, you said nigga a little too much.
Put this on the shelf.
Can we bring the word nigga down to 35 times at least?
You know what's
She's
funny?
talking to us.
Oh, I think she can. Can you hear us?
You can hear.
Oh, okay. You can hear us next door? You can hear us next door? Are we too loud? What's up? Okay. Okay, we gonna see.
All right, let's see what she's talking about. Oh, man.
I'm scared. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
can she?
What's happening?
Hi.
Hello?
Are you guys doing like a video?
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
a podcast.
Oh, that's so cool. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't know your door was unlocked, so that's why I didn't come
Okay,
in.
I hear you.
Yeah. I was asking, can you hear us?
Okay,
Oh, no,
can
no.
you hear us?
Yeah,
We
that's.
can hear you guys. Well, we can hear you laughing, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not a bother. But we're
Okay.
just, yeah.
Okay. It's
Alright.
fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
I'm just
I was just saying, can you hear us talking?
Oh no, you
No,
solid.
you're
Oh,
good.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
good.
What kind of podcast you guys do?
We just, man, we just talking.
Bullshitting.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy. I'll be happy to connect with you afterwards. Yeah, we were right in the middle of a story right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. No
Oh,
worries. Hey,
yeah.
we appreciate your energy tremendously, though.
Yeah,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
How-
we're gonna be here for a few more hours.
all right, hey,
Okay.
I will come holla.
Yeah.
All right, all right. What's your name?
Sky.
Sky. I'm
Sky?
Greg.
Nice to meet you too.
Eric?
Eddie.
Eddie. All right,
Nice to
Sky
meet
and
you,
Eddie.
Sky.
Hey, appreciate y'all. This
And-
is my nigga JJ.
I'm JJ. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
All right, talk to y'all soon. All right. Hey.
Onwards.
Okay, so, yeah, well, Barnes and Noble, I think she
Sorry,
said
we
Barnes.
gotta acknowledge that. That was kind of crazy, was it not?
Yeah, talk to me. What you mean?
No, I'm just saying I would never walk up in here and be like, "What y'all up to?" I would never do that. I get it, but like, dang,
Walk in here like, what's y'all? Who was that?
I know. Nope,
Who just walked by?
can't do that. Stay strong, brother. Stay strong.
Bro, fuck. And she said Barnes and Noble Press, and I was like, Barnes and Noble Press. So I just submitted the book. It was real easy.
Yeah,
real
yeah,
easy.
Really easier than Amazon.
Easier than Amazon.
Okay.
And they were like, all right, we're going to let you know if it's approved within 48 hours. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I ain't going to get approved. Like,
Yeah.
if it meets the requirements. And then, like, the next day it was like, approved. I'm like, what are y'all requirements?
Yeah, for real.
Like, what kind of what did you look at?
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, shit. Like, that's fucking dope.
that's fire. Yeah,
So,
maybe it was just a short read. They're like, "Oh, he good." Like,
yeah,
I don't
100%.
know.
So then I ordered my first copy, right? Because I wanted, before I started telling a bunch of people about it, I wanted to at least have a physical
yeah,
copy
proof
of
of
it.
concept,
But
basically.
there was like this meeting, like a party, staff party at the Mission Inn. And I was like, oh man, like people were, starting to be excited about it. So I was like, man, fuck, I'll tell these niggas. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I showed one person like the book on my phone. I was like, hey, I wrote a book, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I got a copy coming in the mail. And this motherfucker was like, what? He looked at it and he did not laugh one bit, right? This Mexican nigga. And he was reading it, right? Just like with the like, attention in his eyebrows and shit. This nigga passed me back my phone and said, this shit ain't getting published. Nigga, that's a testimonial that's on the back of the book. This nigga's really said that.
Bro, I had no faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang.
100%. And I never forget this, man. I'll never forget this. I remember when I got the copy of the book, and I have a video of it too. I was crying my ass off because I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
And who is that? All right, she's like 19, bro.
Yeah.
She
let's
young.
Take it easy.
She's like 9 years younger than me. All right. And I remember I showed this person at work, right? And I was like, look at this. And he looked at it, he lit up, and the first thing he did was took a picture of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something.
Because I was an entrepreneur for like 4 years, and I
Yeah.
ran so many different products and promotions. I ain't never seen nobody light up the way this
That
nigga did.
reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I got something here.
Yeah, oh my God, everybody who sees just even the title, they're like, what is going on here? Like, who published this? How? Yeah, like, hey, you got something, a lightning in a bottle. It could be a whole series of shit, like, if you really wanted it to.
Wow.
Just
Tell me
really-
more. What you mean by that?
I mean, you could put on shows, you could have shirts, you could have, like, a TV show, like, I mean, real nigga Bible. Like, you disrespected half the country with that one. And if they don't hate you, they won't love you, man. So you already good right there. Like, yeah, it's fun. I love showing people. I love seeing people's reaction.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
I really appreciate that,
yeah.
man. Yeah, dude. And it's been a fun journey. It's been crazy, man. Like I told you at work, I was like, you know, Dion Cole, like, yeah, I was like, he has a copy
Yeah,
of it.
That's crazy.
And I remember he looked at the cover, he was like,
What?
like what? Like for real? And like the person who like, gave it to him, he's like whispering in her ear, he's like, look at he pointed towards me, and
Yeah.
he looked at me like, for sure, like I fucks with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I saw him perform like a couple days later on stage, and I had VIP tickets, I was right up front, and after he finished performing, he was like taking video, and I showed it to him, and I was like, did you like it? He's like, oh yeah, you did a good job with that. I was like, what?
That's huge, bro. That's freaking huge.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
100%.
I love Dion too. When you told me that, I was like, no way,
Yeah.
bro.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh, he's one of the funniest.
So I'm curious in terms of what does your writing process look like?
Huh? It's very scatterbrained. Like scatter.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. It could be any part of anything. Like just whatever. I'm like, oh, that was a funny just idea. It could be 4 words. I'll write it down and then I'll just expand from there. Really. So. Yeah, I would say it's very unorthodox. It's not like I don't have any premise. I don't have really any guidelines to follow. Yeah, I'm just,
That's the way to do it.
yeah, it's just however it comes to me.
So-
Sometimes I'll get like the funny part first and then figure it out backwards. Or sometimes I'll, premise and then the funny part. It's just however it comes, really.
And what do you really want to do with that? Oh, just really quick, just so I can close this loop really quick. When people started reacting the way they did to my book, that's when I realized, oh shit, I'm actually good at this with
Yeah,
writing.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was it?
That was when I realized.
What
yeah.
year did you write this?
I wrote this year.
Wait,
Yeah, I've been writing for 9 years, and most of it has been unpublished, just writing.
dang.
And then when they said that, I was like, wait a second, I'm actually fucking good at this.
Yeah.
And that was when I realized, like, oh,
Yeah.
and then think about that. Imagine doing something for 9 years, and then you're just like, what the fuck? I've been practicing this whole time, and I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
That was a shock.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. Dang, that's always how it goes. Yeah, I remember Austin, like, he knew I was a writer. He was like, yeah, we got another nigga coming here. And he's a published author, so you better fucking step it up. I was like, oh, man. Oh, man. Ain't he taller than you? Get more bitches than you? Because I know you got a girlfriend, so just by the law of nature. Yeah, it's... Man, what were we saying? What were we saying?
So scatterbrain. So
See, there it is.
yeah, it's all good. I'm the same way, man.
Yeah, I'm terrible, man.
So you don't really start off. Oh, so yeah. So what do you want to do with this? Like, do you want to do
okay,
something
okay.
with this? Like, where do you see your future?
Comedic writer.
Okay.
I would love to
For
write
comedians or for yourself?
a little bit of both. I like sharing the wealth. I like, yeah. I mean, I also get like, oh man, I don't really want to see this guy telling my joke, but that's just the way it goes, you know. Yeah, I would love to help write a show someday, or write my own show someday. Get on stage, do stand up. That's really stand up. Yeah, I want to get into it bad. Yeah.
Bro, you know, I've been thinking about this, man. I would love to have you like part of the Real Nigga Church service. Not even just as an attendee. Like, I just feel like you and I both on stage together. Real talk.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I
Tell
don't
me more.
You're magical in that space.
Okay.
Like you're that's when you're in your bag, is when you're just feeding information. I think truly, like, yeah, I would just step on your toes in that situation.
Okay,
I think so.
interesting.
I think we could. I think if we genuinely sat down and we're like, let's write a show, I think that's
And what would that look like? Like a YouTube show, or like what would that?
anything. Honestly, it could be a YouTube show, and then 10 years from now, we're like, oh, this could be a real TV show.
Yeah.
But it could truly anything. I think we could do skits together.
Yeah.
I just think the way our brains work together, it would be magic.
Dude, yeah, I think it'll be super fun. And
Yeah.
I want to, right?
Yeah.
Because this energy
Yeah.
is not common. I don't have this sort of like resonance
Yeah.
with the majority of people. It's hard to find somebody that you can connect with creatively.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, you're maybe the first person that I've ever met.
Wow.
Maybe. Holy shit, I'm really thinking about that. That's just like, yeah, I'm going to put myself in this space and like go get it. Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And like I'm glad that I have experience from my former business partner, because it started off with just energy. It wasn't like, hey, we should get into like, we knew each other. Well, we only knew each other for like a month, but we were connecting all the time on Zoom, and she was adding a tremendous amount of value to me, and just like the energy was so effortless and easy.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I got this project I'm doing. I think we should do this together.
Yeah.
And she's like, let's do it. And that just, it started off with energy, and then values came over time.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel that same kind of lightning with you in terms of like creatively, where I'm like, nigga, there's something here, and it's up for us to uncover it. And I feel like part of this podcast was like I want to get to know you, but also at the same time, I also feel like having a loose agenda would naturally have it unravel.
Yeah, it'll
like,
just
whatever
go the way
next-
it's supposed to go. I get what you mean. Like, yeah. Shit, I was just gonna ask you. It's a scatterbrainness. You tell me something, I'm just. What were you gonna say?
Shit, nigga.
God damn, I just brought this bitch to a screeching halt. My apologies. Yeah, this is what would happen at the church service. That's what I'm telling you. God dang. Yeah,
It's all good, man. It'll come back, dude. Like, and about the scatterbrainness, like I told you about the book The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, and that's a lot of like the way like the artist is in terms of being present and not really holding on and like trying to narrow on to something. Like, there's just having kind of like a open focus towards things and just kind of allowing it to guide you. And there's a part where it gets difficult, which is actually like I find the most challenging thing is the finishing of the project.
absolutely.
Right?
I think that's the case for every creator, or not every, but a majority of them. It's just like we all think we could do this, that, that. Nothing ever gets done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you that getting to that finish line is definitely the hardest part for specifically people who are creative, I think.
1000%, because we have so many ideas.
Yeah.
And then like at the same time, there's also fear too attached to it when we're
You're
moving.
putting something out. Like
Yeah.
and that's terrifying.
And you start thinking about what are other people going to think, and like,
Absolutely.
oh man, what would like you think about the people who you even know in your life, and who has like brought you down before, and you're like, damn, bro, like I didn't even tell my family that I'm doing Real Nigga Church. I didn't even want to tell them niggas.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want nobody knowing I was doing stand up. Like
Wow.
I still don't. Don't even go to work and tell them. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, I don't want nobody. You're the only person who knows, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I get it. I totally get it. It's just like, I'll let y'all know when I get there. Yeah, because up until then, I understand it's like a pipe dream.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what you're doing, it's a pipe dream, but it takes a pipe dream to go on and do something crazy and like that
1000%.
people look up to. Like, yeah, it takes a little bit of that. What is it? You're just a little bit of, not naive.
Yeah, but it is.
Yeah.
Oh, 1000%.
Yeah. Oh, delusion.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of delusion to be
Yeah.
like, hey, these people deserve to listen to me talk to them. Or I said that all wrong.
but
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Wow. When you say that, what I imagine, what came to my mind was like like we have those candles at work, right? And it's a little flame, right? And it's like you don't want someone can easily just extinguish that, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's so precious because you
Yeah.
have it, and it's like, and it means so much to you.
Yeah.
And I can see you doing that, man. I love hanging out with you, bro.
Bro, it's so fun.
Yeah, it's
So
fucking
Sunday, it's like I'm like genuinely looking forward to it every week. I'm just like, this is gonna be, what the fuck could we do today? Like,
Yeah.
and
it's immediate too. I come into work, I'd be tired as shit too. I come into work like, especially because not lately, but many Sundays, I worked the previous night, and I'm going to bed at 2:30 in the morning,
Jeez, yeah.
and I'm waking up at 8 to get ready and stuff.
Oh
and drive
shoot,
to
you
work.
was working that night shift on Saturday?
Yeah, I was working the night
Oh
shift
my
on Saturday,
God.
and then I'll go right.
Is that
into
legal? Hey, is anybody at Cope gonna see this?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Shit.
Probably not.
No, they too deep. How long has it been going? 46? Yeah, not a chance. All right. I know they'd be up to some illegal shit there. I haven't had a break. Ever. Ever. And you telling me you go to sleep at 2 and got to be there at 8? 9? That's not even 8 hours. When are you supposed to sleep? Eat. Piss. That's actually crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
and I'll go into work fucking exhausted,
Oh my
bro.
God, I already
the
know.
whole way there, I'm groggy, and then but I'm telling you, that's why I mentioned like you are so big for me because the moment I talk to you, bro,
Energy.
like when you let me into the door one time from the district side. You said I told you I was rehearsing this in my mind because I was listening to Kanye West. I was listening to his song "Jail."
Yeah.
It's like, guess who's going to jail tonight? And I love that song.
Yeah.
And when I saw you, I said, "Hey, bro, guess who's going to jail tonight?" And you said, "What?" That was unreal.
So you're the same way. You be having these shits in your head, and you're just like, I gotta get it out. Like, I'm like, where is this coming from? I ain't going to jail. Where is this coming from?
I ain't going to jail.
Jesus.
But you know what's crazy, man? So I've been wanting to quit Cope House for a while.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for it, but not waiting for it like, when's this nigga leaving? But I've been like, oh man, I want Greg to get out of here soon. Like, my Sundays are gonna be fucking boring. without
Yeah.
him. Like, hey, yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just knew that the universe would, like, I just knew like I would know when.
Yeah.
And
You haven't gotten that sign.
dude, on Monday.
Let me say, before you finish, I was going to leave as well.
Okay.
But I was like, I think I'm supposed to be here right now. I think I'm supposed, I don't know why. But like at first it was like, let me just go in here, learn as much as I can about whatever. Like I think it's just good to go to have a million jobs, learn what you can from everything.
1000%.
Everybody. Like I was learning a lot from Austin just as a person. He taught me a lot about discipline and just a bunch of other things. And yeah, once that kind of dried up and I was like, there's not much more for me to learn from here. I'll probably leave. But for some reason, I just have this feeling I'm supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And then your ass shit.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
So I'm like,
Wow. That is incredible.
no homo.
The way you brought it. That's crazy. I'm so glad you mentioned
Yeah.
that, bro. Because I'm just like, I know the universe is going to tell me when to go, and I don't know when that is. And I was just like, because I wanted to do it, and I was like, I want to do it. But I was like, it feels premature right now. And I dropped the Real Nigga church service on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Released that, and we had our meeting that day. And there's a couple niggas I just really just heavily do not fuck with. Just heavily.
What do you mean?
At Cope House.
Oh, like Cope House.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah,
Just
yeah.
heavily.
I understand.
And I'm just like, damn, bro. Because when I be doing my meditation, I be meditating every day. And it'll happen where I feel that their energy is coming into that meditation and I'm feeling blocked, right? And it's just like, instead of creating a new future for myself, it's like I'm being pulled back into like the density of their energy. Like
Yeah.
it lingers
I
within
get
my
you.
soul.
I get you.
And I felt that very heavily on Monday. And I was like, nigga, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Monday?
Monday.
At the meeting?
At the meeting. Oh, not at the meeting. Afterwards.
After?
After I announced it, the Real Nigga Church service
Mm-hmm.
on social media, I was like, this is cool, this is fun. And then I did a meditation, and not the whole time, but a lot of it, I felt this huge block because of the people that I just heavily do not fuck with at the job.
Can you tell me off camera?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is, I will die with this.
Yeah. Here, let me see. Because I don't trust myself enough to like
Yeah,
edit
I
this
get
out. Because all right, one more.
Why do people do that on podcasts?
All right, we can just. It's
Oh,
heavily.
it's because you worked with them at night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get the fuck out of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to get
So
out
you
of
were
that.
working the nights as well?
I was working, I did like 2 days
Okay.
with them. I was like, nope. Nope, put me on that morning shift. Like, I'm working with Austin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I just happened to get there before we did all those new hires.
Okay.
So I was like, so I got to pick.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I was 2 days there. I was like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm not doing this. Yeah, I'm not doing
Man,
this.
I'm just so unappreciated.
And you, who's already got your own stuff going on, already doing it, talking to Reebok, Mr. Reebok.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not listening to these guys. Like, I completely understand from your perspective, like, why you just like, I can't do this.
Yeah, 100%. I am just so not appreciated. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I remember one time I gave 110% because I was like, I take a lot of pride in my work.
Yeah.
And I remember I was super nigga, bro. That shit.
It'd be like-
and it went so unappreciated. Like,
Yeah.
it went so
Just
unappreciated.
under the rug.
Like,
Yeah.
dude. And so I was outside and I was like, man, the word to assign to this is it's not hatred. Although I feel very strong emotional feelings, the word hatred carries like certain feelings and connotation. And I tuned in instead to the feeling that I had. I'm like, let me just be present with the feeling and let me
Yeah.
be objective about this. And it was clear that the feeling was just very repelling. And at the same time, I was like, it just doesn't feel good from my spirit. Like, I just feel like it's spiritually damaging for me.
Yeah.
So I was nervous to call, our manager, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I gotta call her. And I had my phone out and I was looking at her name. I was like, fuck, I gotta call her.
Yeah.
So then I called and she answered before I even rang. She was already on her phone.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I didn't get no time to prepare. And she was listening to Michael Jackson in the background. I was on blast. And she's like, what's up, Greg? I'm like, hey, I gotta tell you. But also,
She do be moving quick. Like crazy. Like, she's like a little ball of anxiety. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How I got the job, freaking Ben called her. And she was like, yeah, pull up tomorrow. I was like, God dang! Can I prepare or something? Let me get a haircut. I should have looking homeless, bro. Like,
I get a haircut.
she be moving quick.
Yeah.
All right, so
1000%. So, about a month ago, so the people who I'm renting the space from for the Real Nigga Church service, they're a couple niggas. They're my niggas, man.
Yeah.
In Riverside. And they're super dope, like
Yeah.
on some next level shit. Like, been doing stuff in like the creative industry, or specifically around film, for the last 10 years.
okay.
And they're only a couple years older than me, like 30, 31, 32. And we had a conversation about me going on and helping them out with sales. But like, I went to their studio and they gave me, like, the main guy gave me a tour. And let me tell you something. Like, the amount of detail this man put into his facility was unreal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, from the lights that hit the table and the subconscious feeling you get from the table you're sitting at, the lights that are around, what's in the like
He understands all that's important.
every little
Yeah.
thing, and that's because he's been doing film for so long. He
Yeah.
knows how to, the move. It was unreal.
That's unreal.
And we had I was only going to be there for, because I went to go get my headshots for my book, right?
Mhm.
He took those headshots. I was only going to be there for like 30 minutes. I stood there for like 3 hours. We was there just talking.
Chopping it up.
And he's like, yeah, I want to bring you on for sales. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, man, that sounds dope. Excuse me. And so we already agreed to that, but because he's like super busy, like he's been it has been slow. So I was like, when I first got that position, I still was like, I don't feel like it's time just yet to put in my 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So he and I just recently talked on Monday as well, after the meeting actually. And he's like, yeah, we're going to have that ready for you like really soon. So I was like, at least I have something to fall back on to tell, our manager. So I was like, hey, I got the sales position and I'm just letting you know, like, I'm putting in my 2 weeks like right now. And she's like, okay. And I was like, hey, but I want to be real with you. Like, I really appreciated my time here. Like, and I mean that genuinely, bro. Like, I want to put like a 5-star review on Yelp just as someone who worked there because like I really did appreciate my time. The food is delicious, like the drinks, the ambiance, like I really appreciate like most people who work there. At the same time, there are those two people who we just heavily don't fuck with each other. But at the same time, man, like I feel like I'm so big as a person, and I feel like the only people who I feel that I can really connect with and like match with is you, and then it's Everett too.
Yeah. Everett's he's special, man.
Yeah, because it's because he's human.
Yeah. He's just a dude. He likes to live. He likes to have fun. Yeah.
He's real.
I love Everett. He's like a fucking Labrador. Like,
yeah, 1000%.
Yeah.
He's real, and I fucks with Austin heavily too.
Yeah,
Austin's my nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's my dog. In terms of like just how I connect with somebody, it's like that is, and it's interesting how I got that MC position with Everett, and then now we're doing this podcast, and it's like, yeah, that's what you were supposed to get out of this. You're supposed to connect with these two motherfuckers.
Dang. Yeah, that's so fire. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
Give me your best impression. What are you gonna do?
What on
Straight on the stage.
Straight on stage. Man, there's a couple things I want to. I just imagine some girls like shaking their ass. I'm like, just be on stage like, that's right, bitch! Shake that ass!
Damn. Like, okay.
There's a lady that's like right here who like turned around. Like she's like in her 50s.
Oh, she right there?
Yeah, she right there. I was like, shake that. But that's how I'm gonna be for real. Like,
damn.
Yelling
That's
my
gonna be
motherfucking ass off.
Where all the bad bitches at?
Yeah,
That's gonna be
100%. And just being like expressive.
He plays a lot of Mexican music, so you gotta be ready to talk to the Latinos.
All right. Hell yeah.
Get a little Spanish phrase going or
Get a little
something.
lingo in there.
Do a lingo.
Let me hear you say, ay.
That's dope.
Yeah, 100%. So I also am curious, man. So your dad was in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
Was he in the NFL while you were a child?
No.
So
before I was born.
How long before you were born?
What? 6-7 years?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So what was his influence like growing up? Because I know you had a good childhood. Like I'm curious in terms of what does a good childhood mean?
For him or for me?
For you. Like how was it? What did he instill in you growing up? Well, how did he parent you?
He's think about me. Just very straightforward. He's just very honest guy. Honestly, I would say that he's extremely honest. He's gonna be a man of his word. I remember one time, like he was like, "Hey, if you become the starting quarterback at this team or at this school, Xbox is yours." Xbox One. It was like right when it had just dropped.
Really?
And 8 months later, I make the team. He surprised me with the Xbox One. He's just like a man of his word.
Wow.
And that was one of the. I told you I was gonna be here. I'm here. That's. I think that's really one of the biggest things he instilled in us.
Wow.
And I remember he worked for a trucking company, and then now eventually he just kept working his way up. Now he owns a fleet of trucks.
Wow.
So I got to see like our life get better and better and
Really?
better. Yeah, until he like, I would kind of say like he's made it now.
Wow.
So
how long did it take him to where you feel like you can get to that point where you feel like he's made it?
He's always been like just a ridiculous hard worker, like a sickening work ethic. Like he's gonna grind. He said his whole mentality and personality changed when me and my little brother came along, where he's just like, he don't care what happens. Like, my boys need milk, so I gotta go out there and grind for it.
Wow.
And it's just been, he's just kept leveling up. Honestly, just kept leveling up. And yeah, that's what I mean. Our childhood literally kept getting better. I remember one day we went up to San Francisco. Friday, we saw the San Francisco Giants.
Wow.
Saturday, we saw the Warriors. Like second row, like damn near right on the court.
Really?
And then on the Sunday, we saw the Niners.
What?
I was like, oh shit, this nigga got money now. We made
How
it.
old were you at this time?
I was probably like 15.
That is unreal.
And I was like, oh, dang.
How was that for you?
I was just like, oh shit, I got to get to this point at some point. Like, he raised us to be better than him, so I'm like, dang, that's like a mighty tall ladder I got to climb at some point. Like, he put the pressure on us. I mean, my whole thought is just be better than him. He's put that into us. Like, you got to be better than me. So,
Really?
yeah, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
That's a
I
lot.
bet that's some big shoes to fill. 100%.
Yeah, I think he built us for it, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wait, I'm going to get into you. What the hell? What do you mean, your child? I assumed you're like a well put together guy. Like, you seem like you got
know
your
nothing
shit
about-
Yeah, I don't know nothing
What?
about you. Is it hectic?
It was crazy, man.
Let's just start with, was it hectic growing up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hectic.
1000%.
Okay. I can understand that a little bit in you. I can understand that. A little bit of chaos going on in there. All right, so let me hear about
All right. So the best way to put this is
parents together.
They're still together.
Okay.
Yeah. So the best way to start off is to start off with this. Before I was born, so my dad, when he was 12, his parents hated him. Like, would say "I hate you" to his face.
God damn.
Like, horrible. Like,
Y'all did this.
yeah.
Y'all put me here. What the fuck?
Yeah, crazy. Dude, he decided to become homeless at the age of 12, right? So he was living on the streets with his best friend. Found community in the Crips in Carson, right? Became a
gosh.
Crip, was in and out of jail, in and out of prison and shit. Like, didn't give a single fuck for his life, right?
God damn.
And
My dad grew up in Inglewood and was like, I gotta get the fuck away from these niggas.
damn,
Like, I gotta get
I respect your dad even more now. Like, that is fucking
That's
unbelievable.
crazy.
So before I was born, right? My mom's 7 months pregnant with me. They have moved from Long Beach to Moreno Valley because they wanted me to, not grow up around gangs. And like, my brother's 7 years older than me, and right in their apartment complex was like a gang in there. So like, he was impressionable. So they really did not want him around that.
Y'all went from hood to hood light. Moreno Valley.
Like,
I know they be some niggas be cripping over in Moreno Valley too.
yeah, that's without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So, moved from Long Beach to Moreno Valley. My mom's older brother dies of AIDS while she's 7 months pregnant with me. My dad gets sentenced to prison for 2 years. For I forget what, like grand
While
theft.
she's pregnant with you.
Yeah, while she's pregnant with me.
God,
So before I even come into the world, my mom's going through grief, anxiety.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that
saying?
stress is within you.
Yeah, and she works in downtown LA, right? So now she has to raise 3 kids, move into a new city where there's nobody else she knows besides my dad's like best friend, but they weren't like homies like that, you know what I'm saying? My mom and their family, you know what I'm saying? Like that. And raising 3 kids, husband's in jail, brother just died, newborn, boom, right?
She's superwoman.
Crazy,
Jesus.
right? So then she commuted from Moreno Valley to LA for 10 years. 5 days a week working at the post office.
Golly.
And while I was a child, my older sister used to watch me. She's 12 years older than me, right?
Okay,
so like
okay.
1, 2 years old, I cried a lot as a
Yeah.
baby because my mom, you know what I'm saying?
Where
So I
my
cried
mom
a
at?
lot. And my sister didn't really know how to like,
Yeah, she's 13 or 12.
Yeah, 12, 13. So she used to just lock me in a room and just let me cry all day.
Oh, man.
No kind of like, man, crazy.
Jesus.
So I started, my mom, when I was a little bit older, maybe like 4 or 5 years old, 3, 4, 5, she started taking me to this babysitter in East LA. So I started going to her thing in East LA for a few years, and for actually a while.
Yeah.
And my dad ends up getting out of prison, but I don't ever remember him being in prison. He was in prison for 2 years. So,
Oh, okay,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But then, like, I experienced, like, not like a great deal of domestic violence, but there were events.
Yeah,
there were
yeah.
like 4 or 5 events in my childhood where I saw my dad
That's
strike
enough.
my mom.
That's what do you? What did you say to start that off?
What?
I didn't experience a bunch of domestic violence 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I guess
Golly.
so. That's, yeah.
I mean, that's enough to cause trauma on a child.
Oh, 1,000%. I
Jesus
mean, I remember
Christ.
one time, man, I was with my younger sister. I hear, my parents are in the room just screaming, yelling. You hear glass breaking, all that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And the door's locked. So we're just, trying to open the door. And we're just yelling and screaming and crying. And my mom, like, runs out of the room. And she, like, runs out of the house. And, like, she just to get away from my dad.
Yeah.
Goes into her car. And, like, he's, like, banging on the motherfucking window. We're all outside in the front yard. He's banging on the fucking window, screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs. And, like, we're just, like, yelling, like, Dad, stop, Dad. Like,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
5
yeah.
years old. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ, that breaks my heart.
Yeah. So,
How are your siblings?
how are my siblings?
Yeah.
Like, what you mean by that? Like,
Are they good? Are they doing their thing?
so yeah, my older sister, she has like a really nice house. She like college educated.
Okay, so she's doing her thing. And
Yeah.
then you got,
My older brother, he is a truck driver.
he's also doing his thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is what's crazy. The fact that she has 3 well-adjusted children in this situation.
Yeah,
Like, that's actually unbelievable.
it's pretty crazy.
I mean, she's a savant as well. God damn.
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
You guys were against all the odds. Like, it shouldn't have worked out. At least one of y'all should be severely fucked up. I mean, just from no return, like, severely fucked. That's crazy.
That's actually, yeah, that's a great perspective. I
No,
appreciate that.
really.
'Cause,
Like, I mean, 2/3 of y'all should be fucked up if we being all of y'all. Because once you see that as a kid, chaos in the house, like, I mean, your brain it functions differently.
Yeah.
Like, once you, like that, yeah, that could corrupt a kid's brain. The fact that you guys are off doing your own thing is amazing.
it's
honestly.
pretty crazy. Yeah, my young sister works at the post office.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like, it reminds me of that. What the point you're like, the logic you're drawing here is I think of J. Cole. There's a song, I forget what the song is. I think it's High for Hours. She says, children who grow up in abusive households grow up knocking girlfriends out cold. It's called the cycle.
Yeah.
Abuse becomes the abuser. That's just how life go.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
like all 4 of us like broke that cycle.
That's
And
fire. That's, I mean, thank God. But yeah, man, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you would be like, yeah, one of these motherfuckers is fucked up.
Yeah, oh, dude, you know what? That's a great point, man. And my dad's best friend, the one he was homeless with, he has this nigga crazy, man. He has like 12 kids. Yeah, still pushing him out, nigga in his 50s,
Bro.
and ghetto as shit, bro. Like, nigga has strippers at one of the baby showers and shit. Like
my
this,
God.
like talking about ghetto
Yeah.
as fuck, nigga. And like, but they're fucking unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Like, the wife like drinking and shit and smoking while like she's pregnant because like they're looking to get benefits from the government from having fucked up kids. Like,
God. Yeah,
That's-
that baby gonna be fucked up.
that's some nigga shit,
That's
bro. That is
crazy.
some fucking fucked up
Is
shit.
it that worth it? I mean,
Unbelievable.
how much more could they be paying you? That you have to, like, now you gotta, I don't want to say deal with, like, but you gotta deal with having a kid who's, like,
Dude.
not
it's-
all there.
fucked up and like,
Yeah.
got kids in like prison and shit. Crazy as
Man.
fuck, man. Having kids like 18. And we had moved from Reno Valley to like East LA / Montebello, and I was like 10 years old. So I went to school around a bunch of Mexicans. I was like the 1 out of 3 or 4 black kids
Yeah.
in my school. And in East LA, them motherfuckers was ruthless, man.
Oh,
Calling
God.
me a nigger, and like
Yeah.
I was afraid to stand up for myself because to me violence was terrifying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just terrified of violence, bro. I was paralyzed by it, and I grew up with so much anxiety, not even realizing what fucking anxiety was. But
You had anxiety?
oh, dude, just fucking super
Social
anxious.
anxiety?
Oh yeah. So
What the heck?
one thing that's
All right.
crazy, but here's what's crazy though.
Huh.
I was always really good with a group of people.
Yeah.
I was. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's-
said the savant. Like,
Yeah.
I've been
Group
this
of people,
way.
you're good.
But one on one, I was the weirdest motherfucker you could hang out with. You just was like, this nigga was so weird.
See, we're opposites. Like, I could make somebody love me one-on-one. Yeah, but yeah, you're amazing in a group. I'm like, damn, like, I gotta get that ability. Like, yeah, you're amazing in a group.
Interesting.
Where did you spark that? We'll get back to your family, but
Uh-huh.
where the hell did that spark? Where you had anxiety socially? Because I can't even imagine. I just assumed, like, I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, his parents probably just, like, made him. At some point, he was forced to talk to people.
Oh, wow.
Like, as a kid, he was forced to talk to adults. That's the only way that you could be this way. Like, did they do that at some point? Can you think of a moment where,
No.
like, you had to just go talk to adults about... Really?
Like, my parents, they only had this, and I'm grateful for my parents because this is the only thing they wanted from me. Do not end up in the gang and do not end up on hard drugs. Anything else, we don't give a fuck.
Really?
Anything else, we're gonna love you.
Did they always talk to you as an adult?
No.
No.
No. They made me feel like I was an alien. Like there was
What?
something wrong with me.
I mean, there is something wrong with you. How the fuck you end up this way with none of the dominoes knocked down? How?
Yeah. So this is where it gets very interesting, right? So East LA, bullied and shit, called nigger, like too afraid, like
Yeah.
tremendous anxiety just because of the domestic violence and all that kind of shit. Like, and not just that, but like, growing up, I'm always hearing my mom say, "What's wrong with you, boy?" Because I was just,
Yeah.
she didn't know how to like handle, that energy, and she had her own stuff that she had to deal
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
and I just was always wild. I was always this like high energy person,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Always.
Yeah.
Like, I won class clown in high school. I
Yeah.
won prom king in high school. Like, let me tell you something, man. I would never forget.
So you were fine in front of the group, though?
always
In front of the class?
in front of the class, nigga. I shine
I
like
felt
a
that.
motherfucker.
I feel that. I feel that. Because I was in my bag in class. I was like, oh, I'm about to rip these niggas up today. Teacher, go on. Like, you can beat it now. It's my time. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I get that.
And I remember ninth grade, I was in my math class. We had a substitute teacher, and we were in East LA. So this lady, she looked like she was Jewish. We didn't see too many Jews
Yeah,
in
I
our.
don't know if I met a Jew. Straight up. I know some curly-headed fools, but I don't know.
That's so funny.
I mean, in California, really, like, we
Right,
don't
yeah.
really see, yeah.
1,000%. I see them a lot around USC. I feel like that was like
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
concentration.
You can go to LA and see some more,
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
especially in the Inland Empire,
Yeah.
ain't too many Jews.
Yeah.
This is too poor of an area
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
Jews to be around. So I remember the whole class. I spent it talking about how the teacher's a Jew and how Jesus was black. I had half the class.
Rolling.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
was united, bro.
United.
And so I crushed it. Now here's where it gets crazy, man. So we kept the house in Moreno Valley the whole time, right? So like we commuted sometimes, and my brother stayed out. It was a whole thing. And they were like, when I was a sophomore in high school, they said, we're moving back to Moreno Valley. I said, please, can I graduate with my friends?
Yeah.
I kind of please. And they
Yeah.
said, yeah, no problem. And they stuck true to that. So when I left, I came to Moreno Valley and I had failed my driver's test 3 times.
Three
So,
times?
Yeah, 3 times. I fucked up 3 times. But that ended up being a blessing, bro.
Yeah?
Huge
What
blessing.
the hell your ass doing? It's not that hard. 3 times.
It's
Like, stay in the lane. Reverse. You just forget all the buttons and shit. What could have happened 3 times? What'd you not learn after the first time failing? Actually,
Oh my god.
can I just hear one of the? How the hell you?
Oh
mess-
man, one time I think it was the first one. The first one, I'm about to pass, bro, and I'm about to pull into the DMV. The guy says, "Oh, pull. Oh, the DMV is right here."
You're the
Right.
homeless person. I mean,
And the turn I made was so unsafe.
ooh.
I failed
Across a
'Cause
few lanes.
No, it was
Okay.
just like it was rushed. I didn't break into it well.
Okay. Motherfucker flew up into the.
I flew in that DMV, bro. He was like, I was gonna pass you.
Damn.
But because of that last turn, like I can't. And then the another time, I remember like I just fucked up on the reversing. I forgot what happened, but it was horrific, right?
That's tough.
And then the third time, I remember, sometimes you'll see a sign that says like "keep clear" on the floor.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I drove over that, and the driver instructor said, what did the floor say? And I said, I don't know,
bro.
And she said, it said keep clear. Oh,
Damn.
yeah, and that's how I failed. And
Ooh.
yeah, look at that.
Sorry, can I use the restroom real quick?
Of course. Yeah. I gotta use the restroom too. We'll take a little break. All right, we are back. Hell yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I failed my driver's test 3 times, and my because of that, my brother-in-law had to take me to school. But the thing is, bro, my brother-in-law.
3 times is crazy. I can't get
I
over
know.
that. That's like SpongeBob shit. What? I don't know if I've ever. It's crazy. All right,
No.
so you failed it 3 times.
Yeah.
Brother's taking you to work.
To
school.
My brother-in-law.
Alright.
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law's taking you to school.
My brother-in-law happens to be a motherfucking CEO of a digital marketing company.
Oh shit.
Right. And he's done like 7 figures in his business.
Yeah.
You know, different times in his business. And he used to play Tony Robbins like in the car, but I never paid attention to him.
Yeah.
But then after like a year of school and all that kind of stuff, I was like depressed because like I moved away from all my friends, and a lot of my friends are going to universities.
Yeah.
And they were taking pictures in the dorm room and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was lonely as shit.
Hitting that FOMO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
I hit this like depression, and I basically asked him for those tapes, and those was what changed my life. And that's when I was like, oh shit, bro. Like, I felt like I became aware that I was living in this prison in my mind, and that there's a key in this prison. And the way for me to find this key is I gotta read more books, I gotta listen to more podcasts, I gotta go to more events, and I became absolutely fucking obsessed.
Yeah.
Like, reading a book a week, going to sensory deprivation tanks, doing psychedelics, whatever I fucking possibly could.
Yeah.
And that's where you see the well adjustment.
Yeah, okay. Dang, so you really worked on yourself to get there. That's crazy, honestly. But like, that's props to your mom. Like, the fact that she even raised you guys to have the wherewithal to be like, all right, let me go figure some shit
Yeah.
out about myself. And
They
yeah,
let
like,
me just be who it is I was,
Yeah,
even though like
that's-
I feel a lot of judgment because they don't understand.
They don't understand it, but I mean, they put that in you where, like, somehow, some way, like, you are the person that you are because of them.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know?
1000%.
Yeah.
And like my mom, she still commutes to this day, like
To L.A.?
LA, yeah,
Oh my
5 days a week.
God, bro.
I'm not
Superwoman.
even exaggerating. She gets home at 10 p.m. and she leaves she's out of the house by 4 a.m. I'm not exaggerating that.
Bro, that is...
Yeah.
She loves y'all too damn much.
Yeah, and she never complains.
God
She never
damn.
complains.
I would be complaining all the motherfucking time, bro. That house better be spotless when I get here. Food better be made when I get here. Like, oh my God, I be on y'all asses.
Yeah.
That's amazing,
Bro,
honestly.
super,
That's so much
superwoman,
love.
bro.
Yeah,
like
that's-
unbelievable.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I wanted to talk, how the hell did you talk with Mr. Reebok?
Oh, the founder of Reebok? So, oh man, this is crazy, man. How I interviewed the founder of Reebok. So, I started, like, my former business partner, I remember one day we hop on a Zoom call. She goes, Greg, don't tell anybody this, but I'm about to interview the former CEO of the largest advertising company in the world. I said, what? How the fuck you can do that?
Yeah.
And so she was interviewing successful people on her podcast. And I had a podcast that was solo. So I started interviewing people I knew, my brother-in-law and people that he knew. And just over time, there was a guy who ends up becoming a really good friend of ours. We inspired him to start his own podcast. And the founder of Reebok had just released a book. And the only episode that guy had was an episode with me. And so he didn't have a lot of people on. So he reached out and they said, sorry, like, we're not going to do this interview.
Yeah.
But he passed him on to us. And we already had a bunch of interviews. And like the best time to interview somebody is after they release a book. They're hopping on podcast.
Promotion.
1000%. So he put us into contact with their team and they agreed to do it.
Damn.
So, yeah.
What was that like?
I attempted to read his book. I wanted to read his book beforehand.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie, the book was really boring.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I did not like the book at all.
Hey, that's not up to, like, I always feel like if you don't wrap me in the first chapter, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's writing ability.
Yeah.
It's not me. Like, it's not me.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that part. Like
1000%.
Yeah.
Like, I'm supposed to get lost in this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't, and I
Yeah.
was like stressing leading up to it and all that kind of stuff, and like he can tell I didn't read the book. You know,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
did not.
yeah.
The interview did not go well.
Mm,
But however, my former business partner, she read the book, and she at the end of the podcast, she asked him, she's like, "Hey, you know, I always like to see what your goals are, see if I can do anything to help you out."
mhm.
And he said, "Well, I'm looking to get on more podcasts." And she, because she was a podcaster, she knew other people had podcasts. She
Yeah.
made 6 introductions for him, and he was so grateful for those introductions that later on down the line, we had a mentor of ours. Like we were asking for him for some help, and he said, "Ask all your mentors for testimonials, including the founder of Reebok." She asked him for a testimonial. He's like, "I'd be happy to give one to you." He gave her a testimonial, and then years down the line, ends up fucking co-writing a book with them.
Oh my gosh. Damn.
Yeah.
Dang. So yeah, that's crazy how all that can just spark from almost nothing, essentially.
Bro, I know. Thin air.
Yeah.
And then not just that, man. Like there's another guy who I know who's a 9-figure entrepreneur. My brother-in-law, he had joined this mastermind for 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure entrepreneurs called War Room. This is before Andrew Tate had his own thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was run by a guy named Roland Frazier and a couple other guys like Perry Belcher and Ryan Dice, whatever. But Roland was like the main guy. People were like, Roland is like your favorite entrepreneur's favorite entrepreneur.
Yeah, yeah, I
like
get
he is known amongst entrepreneurs.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy. Like,
Yeah.
he teaches people how to buy businesses for no money down, like and success, like and because he's just a deal wizard. This
Okay,
nigga
okay.
is a wizard.
Yeah.
So I ended up reaching out to him, his team, and like saying, like creating this like deal where, not a deal, but like a proposition where I was saying, look, I know that he talks to people mostly like in the older ages. Like I have a young entrepreneur audience, and I feel like he can give a lot to these people and
Yeah.
get them early on
Yeah.
on the journey. And he said yes.
That's fire.
So I
He's
prepared.
also smart.
Smart
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
dude. I must have done like 15, 17 hours of research, right? Before I listened to every interview
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could. And at the end of the podcast, I asked him, I said, Roland, I always like to take 60 seconds to see like what your goals are, see if there's anything I can do to help you out. He said, hey, I appreciate you. I'm always looking for big name guests on my podcast and big name guests on my stages.
Mm-hmm.
Well, founder of Reebok was looking for podcasts to get on.
Oh my god.
I fucking connected them together.
Damn, that's
And,
so fire.
Yeah, and they did a podcast, and let me tell you something, man. You can tell that they speak the same language, and it was such a
match made in
it
heaven.
was a phenomenal
Damn.
podcast. And not just that, from that interview I did with Roland, he's like, I would love to see how I can help you out. And I was like, man, like there's so many ways he can help me out. But
Yeah.
I was like, I want to give value to him, right?
Mhm.
So I said, yeah, Roland, there is a way you can help me out, but I'd rather see how I can help you out and eventually becoming a member of War Room one day. And he goes, well, hey, we have a War Room meeting coming up in 2 months. Like, I'd love to have you as my guest at this event. And I was like, what? In Vegas.
Yeah.
And that event just completely changed my life, man. It's just
Jeez.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, how many? You just probably met so many important people.
Oh, 1,000%, man.
Yeah.
Like, the first person I met, I remember because I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning at the time because I had a 5 a.m. call every day called the Morning Hustlers.
Yeah.
And I told the receptionist that I wake up at 4 a.m. because she was like, you have a lot of energy this morning.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
Right? And when I said that, there's a guy who's walking by. He said, I like that guy already.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to go talk to him. I said, what time you wake up early in the morning? He's like, yeah. I said, what time do you wake up? He says, 3. I said, 3? Who the fuck wakes up at 3 besides that nigga Tim Cook from Apple, right?
Yeah.
Like, damn, nigga. He tells me that he's...
David Goggins or whatever. What's his name?
Yeah, David Goggins, yeah, 100%. And he said that he belonged to Tony Robbins' mastermind, which is $85,000 a year to be a member. And that nigga brought me into a party at Beverly Hills, and I'm
Yeah.
hanging out with these niggas. They had caviar and the fresh sushi. It was,
Caviar.
yeah, yeah.
Caviar.
Yeah.
Shit. Somebody bring out the caviar.
Somebody
That-
bring
that's-
out the caviar.
That's you with money now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like, and now I'm talking to these people,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
and I'm young. I'm in my 20s.
Yeah, yeah.
And they see that. They see the energy that you see,
Yeah.
right? And they want to invest in me.
Absolutely.
They see me as a stock that is going to be big one day. They
Yeah.
believe in me, and they already have made it. And now it's more so of like, hey, how can we contribute? How can we
Yeah.
help out? Because
Yeah.
most people aren't about shit. That's we know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Most people aren't about shit, and so there's an energy that people feel where it's like, yo,
There's
like,
something here.
There's something here.
Yeah.
I would love to mentor this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So and at one point I had like 30 mentors, bro. all over 7 figures.
Damn.
Yeah.
You the little sugar baby.
You know, sugar baby for knowledge. You know, like
I'm gonna change your life, little nigga. We changed this fuck nigga life, man. That's fire, bro.
Yeah. So I got
Yeah. That's unlimited knowledge, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, I gotta be more like you. God dang.
Well, bro, we got a lot to do. One thing I would love to do with you. I was thinking about this in the shower. No homo.
Hey, yo. Just thinking about me naked, bro? That's crazy.
That's great. I was thinking, like, man, it would be cool to do one thing. Okay, we watch Kill Tony, right? We see Hans Kim, we see fucking Cam Patterson. These motherfuckers are putting in creative work.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they have to come up with a new minute every single week.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like, I would love to have something like that where there's some kind of accountability or something
Yeah.
like that. Because
Yeah.
there's, like, accountability method, like, you about to... I was thinking, we don't have to do this, but it's just an idea of, like, what
Let's see if
if...
Shawty walks in here. Sorry. Okay.
I said, what if we did something where, like, we wrote, like, 300 words of, like, comedy or something a week, or 200 words or something, right? And we come together and we just talk creatively. Like, I read your shit, you read my shit.
Yeah.
We talk about, okay, where did this idea come from? What sparked it? All right, like, where do you want to go with this? Is it just like a fun little thing? And just literally have like even a podcast
Yeah.
over like the creativeness of writing and seeing where that takes us.
I would love that. Yeah.
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 That sounds dope.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah, like and then we can talk about like our weeks and stuff. Dude, I just think it would be such a fucking fire idea.
I think so. Yeah. And I've been needing someone to just bounce creative ideas off of. Because I'm like, maybe this fucking washing machine joke is just bullshit and I'm just lying to myself. But
Washing machine.
I need to know. Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be awesome. For
Yeah.
sure. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know how the hell you keep this going because I'm out of juice. I ain't never talked to a nigga this long.
Well, that's
Not
perfect.
over a joint. Like, we just started, like, yeah, for real. I'm like, shit. There's daylight outside and I'm still talking to your ass for over an hour. That's crazy. I'm proud of myself. Like, you don't understand. I should, come on. I'm proud of myself. Like, damn, we just overwatered.
Over water.
Damn. That's amazing.
Hell yeah, man.
Man, yeah, you're freaking special. Like social savant, wizard. It's unbelievable. I'm like, damn, I gotta get some of that.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta get
Well,
some
you
of that.
you contribute to me a lot too.
Yeah, all right,
You
all
know,
right, good.
you contribute to me 1,000. Like the energy is like the way you make me laugh. This sounds so gay. but
The way I look at you, the way I look into your eyes, it just makes me want to be creative, shawty. No, but I was gonna say I'm way better short form.
Okay.
I think that's like where I'm. That's my forte.
Okay.
And I feel like you can just go and just be entertaining. I could just sit here and listen to you talk about any fucking thing.
Wow,
That's
really?
not me.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I think we do offset each other in that way where it could be magic.
Yeah,
It
that's
could-
what I'm
yeah.
saying. There's something there.
Yeah.
I know, and you feel that's amazing that
Yeah,
you feel it too.
absolutely.
We have so much more to grow together. We have
Yeah.
so much more conversations to have. Like we didn't even talk about the universe stuff and how that
Shit,
came into
yeah.
your head and like, and just to be able to create and to find someone you can create with is like
Yeah.
should be guarded and protected at all costs. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you
Absolutely.
can't just do that with everybody.
Yeah. Dang. You're really opening my eyes to that.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Hell yeah. I'm excited as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like to do this because
Yeah.
like I'm telling you, it's rare as fuck.
Yeah.
And like I really feel like we can be on
Yeah.
some next
Jesus,
level.
I've
shit
never actually really
together.
thought about how rare it is.
Yeah.
Like you really made me think about like shit. Have I ever met anybody who I feel like creative with or has a creative bone in their body that in this world? And no,
Right.
like it's just you,
It's-
damn
yeah.
near.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
bro. That's why I'm like, we need to fucking
Let's figure it
let's,
out.
Let's have an organic conversation over a podcast.
Yeah.
Like let's create because I feel like there's a sense of magic there that it goes beyond logic. It's a feeling in our body that's bigger than what either of us can purposely placed there.
Yeah.
It is there for a reason, and I feel like we gotta explore that shit. You
Yeah.
know, because I even after this podcast, I still feel like, dude, I feel like we have
There's a lot.
so much
There's
more.
a lot. Yeah.
There's
I had
so
like
much.
30 things to tell you before I got here. Now I'm here. I'm just like, I don't remember shit. I'll come with a journal next time or something. Something.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I think we're gonna do some amazing things together.
I think so.
I think we're gonna create together. I would love, like, I'm serious, man. Like, even being on tour together, doing some shit, like,
Yeah.
like on some next level shit, man. Like, creatively, like you know Larry David, right?
Yeah.
Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld shit. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Just like it's just
Yeah, I was
clicks.
thinking you like my Jordan Peele. Like, you know, let this nigga figure out all the logistics, all the talking to people. I'll just come in here and drop a one.
And drop the bombs, bro. Like
Yeah.
it, like the alley, like it works so well.
Yeah.
And I think over time we're going to understand more and more why it works well. and it hasn't
I
been
get
revealed
you.
to us
It's
1000%.
Not yet. I don't know what's going on yet.
But we feel it.
Yeah, I feel it.
And I'm
I
so
feel it.
grateful for that,
That's
man.
fire. That's fire.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, we got to get out of this room anyway.
Yeah,
so
okay.
hey, fuck yeah, you're fucking witnessing magic here. This is my motherfucking dog.
Hey, this could be the beginning of something great. Who fucking knows?
Dude, I know. And I'm glad you were a fucking fly on the wall on this. So we'll see what happens.